After the movie Jaws in 1975, everyone assumed the shark to be the most ferocious and bloodthirsty water monster. However, when it comes to crocodiles, people still don't seem to believe it's cruel, even though crocodiles also have long been portrayed as a villain in many horror movies. In fact, crocodiles are 100 times more dangerous than sharks. While sharks cause only 10 deaths a year, crocodiles can kill 1,000 people. Today we will share with you the most interesting stories about different species of crocodiles, and you will see how dangerous they are. Let's get started. Complex operation. There was once a giant alligator with a length of nearly 4 meters and weighing up to 450 kilograms, living in Shamrock Park in Venice, Florida. Most people walking through the park try to stay away from the lake, which is inhabited by this predator, and they are also advised to keep their pets on a leash. Everything seemed to be going well until the inevitable happened. 2 dogs were left off their leash by their irresponsible owners. In just a few short seconds, the 2 dogs were close to the lake where the crocodile lived. This reptile quickly attacked the 2 dogs without wasting any time. And sadly, one went missing and the other was hospitalized with multiple injuries. Obviously, the presence of this bloodthirsty reptile has made people extremely afraid. They do not want this crocodile to live in the lake anymore. Experts came to fix the problem. They spent 2.5 hours pulling this predator out of the bushes. Unfortunately, the alligator did die shortly after. Huge giant. There is a fact that some species of crocodiles can continue to grow throughout life. That's why their body size can reach unimaginable levels. Lolong is the largest seawater crocodile in captivity. It can weigh a ton and grow up to 6 meters long. Do you want to know how this crocodile was caught? The story is like a detective novel. This crocodile lived in a small province of the Philippines. Strangely, people living around it began to mysteriously disappear. First, a 12-year-old girl, then a local fisherman. Apparently, everyone thought it was the alligator's fault, and they decided to catch it immediately. But catching a giant creature weighing almost a ton is not an easy job. This work lasted for about 3 weeks. At first, the hunter set huge traps along Lolong's habitat, but it quickly broke the sturdy steel cables. Finally, after much effort, the crocodile was tied up and caught in the traps of professional hunters. 2 years later, it died of heart failure. To this day, evidence of the crocodile's connection to the disappearance of people living around is still not precisely given. Today, the body of this crocodile is preserved in a museum in the Philippines. Legend lives. In Burundi, Africa, there is a creature that many consider to be the reincarnation of the devil. We are talking about Gustav, a giant Nile crocodile about 75 years old. And the stories of this bloodlust are passed down from generation to generation by local residents and actively investigated by journalists. People tend to exaggerate the truth when telling stories, and the exact number of victims killed by Gustav is still a mystery. However, many people believe that during his long life, Gustav killed at least 300 people. This crocodile lives near rivers and lakes in Tanganyika. Rumor has it that this predator does not hunt people for food, it just kills them and leaves them. Therefore, it is also possible that animals such as antelope or large fish are not the only prey of this crocodile. This has incredible size. Gustav is said to be one of the largest crocodiles in the world. The body length is at least 6 meters and the weight exceeds 1 ton, which makes it impossible for any ordinary tape measure to measure the height of this animal. However, one can easily recognize Gustav not only by his large size. His entire body was covered with countless bullet scars. In Africa, many hunters have been sent to capture the predator, but no one has been able to defeat this crocodile. 20 years ago, it was rumored in Burundi that Gustav was finally dead. But in 2008, journalists saw it again in the woods, so it seems this merciless reptile is still alive and is still a threat to humans. Unusual pets. Encountering crocodiles, most of us would try to run away, but some adventurers risk their lives working with these deadly predators. Such is the case with Rob Bread from Australia. 3 generations of his family have worked alongside these predators on a crocodile farm. During his career, Rob captured several hundred predators and cared for over 1,000 others. This job is nothing special, as it has been a long part of his daily routine. This is not an easy job. A relative of his was attacked by a crocodile weighing nearly 700 kilograms. Fortunately, he survived after undergoing about 30 surgeries and staying in the hospital for more than 2 months. Surprisingly, all this did not seem to scare Rob at all. He continued to ride on the backs of the large crocodiles and take care of them. Ferocious record holder. When you think of Australia, you probably think of koalas or crocodiles. A rather special thing in this country is that there are only 2 species of crocodiles, and one of them, the native saltwater crocodile, is considered the largest crocodile in the world. This predator was named Cassius after Cassius Clay, who you may know as Muhammad Ali. This crocodile was ranked the largest crocodile in the world in 2013, following the death of its rival Lolong. It is believed to be more than 110 years old today and was a terror to other animals in the jungle before being moved to an Australian reserve. The scars on its face and body are the result of biting off the engines of passing boats, its favorite pastime. There is no exact information on the number of its victims, but we can easily imagine the severity of the attack between this 1-ton, 5.5 meter long monster with a fragile ship. Lucky catch. In 2014, these images from Central Africa went viral. A giant monster being lifted out of the waters of the Panama Canal. It happened in the port town of Colomb, after which the animal was transported to the Lake Gatun. As reported, this animal surprised many people because of its unbelievable weight. Newspapers also reported that it was the largest crocodile in the history of Panama because it appeared to be really large in photos. However, no one was able to determine the exact weight of the animal, and people began to wonder if this alligator really was that big. Looking at the photos taken from this angle, the animal looks bigger than it really is. You might think it's lying on the ground, but it's actually on top of a truck. The truth was finally revealed. This mysterious monster was only 3 meters long, an average number for a crocodile. Unwanted visitor. What sport could possibly be more relaxing than golf? You do not need to run or exert too much energy. You are provided with refreshments and can enjoy the cool, fresh air. In addition, you are surrounded by nature, a perfectly manicured lawn, ponds, and picturesque trees. Even with these near-perfect conditions, golfers are sometimes faced with wild, dangerous animals. Such an incident once happened in South Carolina, right in the middle of a match. A giant 3.5 meter long alligator appeared on the grass. Fortunately, it left silently. However, that made everyone around quite worried and panicked. Above are the 7 largest crocodiles in the world. If you happen to find an alligator that fits this list, leave it in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to be the first to know when new videos come out. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye!